If you have ever felt like you could make your game so much faster if you didn't have to worry about school or your job or balancing your game dev time with your family obligations, then this video is for you. Hi, I'm Brandon from Sasquatch B Studios. My wife Nikki and I make video games and videos about all things game dev. We hope you enjoy the video. So disclaimer right off the bat, I still to this day struggle to find a proper balance between my game dev time and all my other responsibilities. But I feel like I'm coming from a pretty good place to be able to talk about this, because no matter where you're at in life, I've been there. If you're young and you're in school and you're kind of just waiting for it to be over so that you can actually start pursuing your goals, I've been there. If you're stuck in your full-time job and you either have to find dev time either really late at night or really early in the morning, I've been there. If you've got kids and a family and all of the obligations and responsibilities that go along with that, and you're having trouble finding balance, I've been there. Or even if you're going through a whole heap of chaos in your life right now and things are constantly changing and a schedule is impossible, I've been there. And having gone through each of these seasons in my life, I've learned quite a lot in the process. So I'm going to do my very best to try to summarize what I find helpful for me. So the battle we're facing here is obligation versus game dev time, right? And maybe responsibility is a better word because I don't want to make it sound like having a family is an obligation. So, okay. Balancing your responsibility with your game dev time. How can we ensure that we handle all of our responsibilities in life and have an appropriate amount of time to be able to work on our games so that we can ultimately achieve our goal of releasing a game? So the very first thing that you can arm yourself with, because this is a lifelong battle, is acceptance. Now, what in the hell does that mean? I just mean accept your life situation, whatever it is. You're in school, you have a full-time job you can't quit. You just had a baby, you're the caregiver for your parents. You're moving to a new country and your life is in chaos right now. You're a single parent. Whatever it happens to be, that is your life situation right now. That's your battlefield. Life has many, many different seasons, and you might be in a season right now where you actually don't have a lot of free time. That's fine. You can still find the balance you're looking for. But wishing for different life circumstances is a waste of time and energy. And so is being jealous of other people. And I'm only saying that because I used to be so jealous of Thin Matrix. Acceptance. You are where you are. So the question then becomes, how can you find balance right now in the season that you are in your life? Because I promise you, if you're just waiting for a new season in life, if you are just waiting for free time to come to you, you're not going to finish your game. I've learned that no matter what season I am in my life, it never feels like the right one. There's never enough time in the day. It's just like the age-old question, when is the best time to start a family? There's no best time. And that rule can be applied to everything in life that's going to take up a lot of your time and take a lot of effort. There's no perfect time. So after we've come to accept the season that we're in life, it's time for a reality check and a little bit of a switch in your mindset. Let me explain. This might piss some of you off a little bit, but it needs to be said. If time is something that you find you're constantly complaining about, there aren't enough hours in the day, etc., you know what I'm talking about. If that's you, let me ask you this. If I were to follow you around all day, would you be worried that I would find free time? If you can objectively look at your day, are there chunks during your day where there is a lot of time being wasted? And this isn't a judgment, this is a legitimate question. I know on some days for me, the answer would be yes. Scrolling through YouTube, chatting on Discord, watching TV, playing games when I should be working, whatever it happens to be for you. Some of you might not have time for any of that time wasting stuff, and we'll get to that and how to help you with that soon. But I said we needed a little bit of a reality check and a bit of a switch in our mindset. Your time and how you spend it on a daily basis is the reality check. Every time I think I'm too busy, I remember Elon Musk. Whether you like the guy or not, he runs 6 different companies. Time can always be found if you look hard enough. And the point here with this is not to work yourself to death. It's to eliminate time-wasting activities. Now, as for the switch in your mindset, it's simple. We said at the beginning that the battle we're facing, the balance that we're looking for, is responsibility versus game dev time. The mental switch I would challenge you to make is this: make game dev a responsibility. It's non-negotiable, just like going to school, just like going to work, just like raising your kids. I find that every time I have woken up and said, I hope that I can make time to make my game today, then I don't have time for it. Time is funny that way. It slips away. There's never extra time. We have to make time. And we'll talk about how specifically in just a second. But if you wake up and your list of things to do for that day is go to work, come home, eat dinner, drive your kids to soccer practice, and then come home and work on your game for 90 minutes, non-negotiable, all of those things, it's going to happen. You're going to be tired, it's going to make your day feel a lot longer, but you're at least going to go to bed with a sense of satisfaction instead of, at best, some confusion about what happened during the day, and at worst, resentment about all your time being sucked away from other activities. So how can we do this? And how can we do this without putting the bulk of our responsibilities onto someone else, like our spouse? And how can we do it without sacrificing sleep? Because those things are not long-term solutions. One thing that's going to help you is flexibility. This is going to help you navigate whatever season you happen to be in your life right now. So if you have a full-time job, you do not have 8 hours after work to work on your game. That won't happen. You have to be flexible and work around your life constraints that you have right now. If you just had a baby, then your days of having a schedule are over for a little while. There's no 90-minute game dev time at 9 p.m. every single day, but babies take a lot of naps. Maybe you can find a window there to be able to work on your game a little bit. And this is just an example, right? But the point is, if it matters enough to you, you will find the time. And we're talking about flexibility, so it is worth mentioning that in terms of having a life balance, you also need to be flexible enough to step away from your schedule every once in a while. Take a day off, go to the beach, have a vacation with your family. If you're so rigid with your schedule that you're not allowing yourself to take time like that with your family, then that's not family and game dev balance at all. So we have to find the time, but we have to remain a little bit flexible as well. Balance can never be found without flexibility. Aside from flexibility, when they are in fact possible, having a schedule and having really good habits are invaluable. If you are at a place in your life where you can safely say, every single day, I'm gonna go work on my game for 90 minutes at 8 p.m. and you can make that a habit, then you're golden. It eventually becomes muscle memory. You won't go reaching for your phone, you're not gonna turn on the TV, you're not gonna make plans with your friends during this time because that's your game dev time. Now, the other benefit of this is your family will get used to this. Your kids, your spouse, your friends, they will come to expect that you are unavailable during that time, and they'll start to work around your schedule. But that will only happen if you take your schedule seriously. And a part of that might be having a conversation with your spouse, because you taking that extra time each day to be able to work uninterrupted might be a bit of an inconvenience to their life. Are they okay with that? Or is there anything that you can do earlier in the day to make their life a little bit easier? Again, if it's important enough to you, you will find a way to create the time that you need. Accept where you're at, have a reality check with your time, make game dev non-negotiable, be flexible enough with your schedule to work around life changes, and make game dev a habit. That's all I got, and I really want to hear from you guys. What is your biggest obstacle to finding balance, and what really helps you find balance? Let me know in the comments down below. Bye. I want to give a very special thank you to all of our Hall of Fame patrons: Jakob Yondok, Christopher Nichols, Zondra Kessler, Fontaine Wade, Brainwaves to Binary, Couch, KB at Bird Tech Games, and Ian Orrell, as well as our early access patrons: Ken Waite, Mason Crow, Mr. D, Jan, Liquid Egg, Alexander Prestis, Jude Greaves, Felipe Gomez dos Santos, Ober, Francesco Latamata, Bill Guo, Alone on Mars, Code Jutsu, Ayash Sharma, Alex Friedman, Arne Nesh Shonaveg, Neil, Ben Kerberger, John Wisman, Danny Rathliff, and Lucky Tales. If you choose to support us on Patreon, you can get early access to all of our YouTube videos, monthly alpha builds, and more.